Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jemecia Capri, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're not, welcome back guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe now. I am a family nurse practitioner and an associate professor online, and I make these videos to help you as nurse practitioner students get yourself focused and give you some tips on nurse practitioner school, being a nurse practitioner, as well as the everyday person taking control of their health at home. And in this video, I am going to discuss how to manage going back to school full-time and working full-time. If you're interested, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jemecia Capri, as I said earlier, and I wanted to say to you guys, I am really loving all the love you guys are giving me and watching all my videos. And this video today is a request. So I am fulfilling the request. The request is to talk about how I managed to work full-time and to go back to school full-time. Guys, my life is impossible. Has been impossible, always will be impossible. And when I thought about going back to school, it was impossible, but it can be done. So I want to give you guys some tips. There's probably about 8 tips that I want to talk to you about today. The first tip I want to go over is discipline. You have to be very, very disciplined. And kind of all the tips will kind of run together as far as the things that I feel like I use in order to get me through being a full-time nurse practitioner student and a full-time nurse. So the first thing is discipline. As I said, you have to really police yourself and police your life. Getting this far in your career, I know you guys are already disciplined, but more than anything, for this particular type of commitment and longevity in your career, you do have to be extremely disciplined. And the second tip that ties to being disciplined is being organized. So you have to plan everything. So when I tell you, I really figured out how unorganized I was during nursing school and during nurse practitioner school. So that was a big challenge. It wasn't easy. It's not easy to go and work full-time and to go back to school full-time, but it can be done. Of course, a lot of us are doing it, and being in the online environment does help, but you really do have to be disciplined and you have to be organized. And in order to be disciplined and organized, some of us can do that on our own, but some of us, like myself, need tools. I told you guys about the planner that I made, my nurse practitioner planner, and I have this for you guys as well. But when I went to design this planner, I thought about that. I thought about the things that I really needed for myself to be successful as a practitioner in school. So the things that I put in here are an assignment tracker, a to-do list, which is separate from the assignment tracker. The assignment tracker has the due date section next to it. I also have a section for study, a study tracker, and the topics that I was studying, the chapters that tied to what I needed to study, and also a way to actually, can you guys see that? Actually check off and track that. So that as well. So that's like really major, being able to plan how you're going to study, plan how you're going to do your assignments, plan time to do personal time. And when I tell you I plan everything, I still do to this day. But during school, I had to literally plan my social activities. I had to plan time with my friends and my family, study time, assignment time, reading time, literally. And I set timers. I use a timer in order to get things done. Very, very task oriented. So that helped me as well. And another thing too, you have to really acknowledge the struggle. So that's another tip too. If you don't acknowledge the struggle and the challenge of what you're doing, it's kind of hard to appreciate when you get done, because hey, it is a struggle. For some of us, I mean, you know, some of y'all have it easy and it comes easy, but for me, no, it does not. And I think the person who asked the question about how I was able to do full-time working and also full-time student is probably having those struggles as well. So just acknowledge the struggle. It's going to be a struggle. Also, another thing, tips guys, gum. I know, chewing gum. Chewing gum saved my life, honestly. I want to read this study that talked about chewing gum. I'm just going to read a little bit. And people don't connect chewing gum with a lot of things. So I am going to read this study that I found, which I couldn't understand why it helped me so much. It does, it helps me with anything. Chewing gum does. It helps me focus. I don't know, it's a brain something connection. But anyway, it says here in the study that chewing gum can enhance alertness, sustain attention, although its effects upon stress may differ depending on whether chronic or acute stress, but it does help. So it can help you with that. It also has effects that help with, hold on, let me get back to it. It says that the gum study shows that it's beneficial to affect memory, alertness, anxiety, appetite suppression, mood, and learning. So, hey, y'all, start chewing gum. It also says that chewing gum increases blood flow to the brain and that it may in turn spark important effects. Okay, I didn't even know at the time, but chewing gum, I had to have, when I sat down to study, I had to have a piece of gum in my mouth. It really did help. I hope you guys use this tip. I know you guys think it's crazy, but it does work. Also, I did drink a lot of coffee to keep me woke. I did. I stayed up. I tried to spend time with my family and not study and not pick up my books. But if I did that, I had to take time in the evening or very, very early in the morning so that I could actually study and get things done. So coffee helped me do that also. Eventually for me, coffee stopped working. So I had to go to Coke, soda, not soda, stop. I had to go to drinking Coke, soda. But, and that tended to work for me to keep me up. Now, I think that was a combination of the caffeine and the sugar that really was able to keep me up. Even now today, I can't have a Coke or a soda or anything like that after like 3 in the afternoon. Otherwise, I can't sleep well at night. So that did work for me. Another thing that you want to consider, and this is just me, this is what I did. I'm not gonna say that this is really a great tip, but I did sacrifice my sleep. I did not sleep as much during school. Now, some people can function that way, some people cannot. And I literally could not really function that way, but I did function that way. And the way I did it was through coffee, soda, and gum, literally. That was how I did it. Another thing that I would share with you, which is the last thing that I want to say to you, is that you have to affirm that you can go to school full-time and work full-time. Do I recommend it? I really don't. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do. You have to still work full-time. That's just how life is. That's just, you know, one of the things you have to do. And you can do it. It's hard to do, but you can do it. And the way that I was able to manage it was that I ended up being a weekend warrior, and that particular thing is where you work weekend nights. and then I went to school during the day. I'm old school, so I did go to brick and mortar and literally sit in a classroom during the week. Now, some of you guys, I don't know how y'all doing it now, because you guys are just like super smart and super resilient. So you guys are able to just do it all. But for those of you who have some slight issues with it, you will need to figure out something. And in my case, I'm that type of person. I need to be able to see my instructor, or at least be in the presence of other learners at the time when I was learning. So I did sacrifice my schedule. I worked all weekends, I worked nights, I worked holidays in order to be able to go to school full time. And that's how I did it. They have online classes now, so it's a little bit easier, but that's what I recommend. You have to affirm that you can do it every single day. And that's what I did. I affirmed every day that this is what I was gonna do. This is what I wanted to do. This is what I needed to do. And I not only did I affirm it and say it, I wrote it down, and here I am. So that's all, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. And I believe her name is Amaris, who requested this video. And so that's what I did for you today. Just giving you some tips on how to do that. You guys take care. Thank you for watching, and subscribe. All right. Bye, guys.